Hello, and what a unique arrangement of carbon-based atoms you turned out to be. This is Sidrat Gaming. I am, of course, Sidrats, and AtomCraft is a sandbox adventure game, except it's a bit more than that. It's a science project kit in a digital box, so you don't have to expose yourself to radiation or nasty chemical smells. Instead, you can smelt, purify, mix, and even blow stuff up to your twisted little heart's content. The Steam link is in the video description below. Start recording so that we can actually get a video together. We are firing up the forge. Technically, I'm just loading AtomCraft. We're going to focus. We know the double filter. What is it? The double match filter works. So we've got carbon on the top, and we've got currently alumina on the bottom. Which is absolutely fine. We can press the P key and change it to anything like that. There's been an update. So the... Oh, okay. In the video, in episode 8, this didn't work at all. There hasn't been like another fix, has there? The devs are really quick to get things sorted, but that was today. Patch notes, camera zoom, bug fixes. Okay. Right, this is absolutely fantastic news. I can hover and I can fly again. I even restarted in episode 8 during the gameplay section, but I don't know what's going on there. Can I also hover over there? And this works as well now. I have no idea what the game was doing for episode 8. This is, of course, episode number 9. And as I was saying, that's methane. As I was saying, we've tested these previous episode, and it works. So what we do now is, oh, the pickaxe has got smaller. Everything's got smaller. It's not me, is it? The character is smaller, isn't it? Okay. Oh, and okay, no, it's fine. So just to make sure that everything is working properly, that's now going left, and that is now going right. Excellent. Right. Okay. And these pump left. Blah. Okay, that's cool. If I put gas filters on there. No. Yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of that. Essentially, we're gonna have to pretty much redesign the flue network. So this is the flue network there for the gas, for the melting chamber. Okay, so the off gases come up here, they go there. Any that escape when the door is open briefly will also be sucked into this section and down here. What I would like to do, what I kind of have to do, is get the finished material into like a bin about this big. Not there, obviously, but we can even make it lower. It's fine. It is in my way, but it's not really in my way because the product needs to come up anyway. But both products need to come up. So the carbon I want back in here. So we're going to have to redesign this section as well. So we've got off gas, we've got the carbon going in this pretty much the same direction. We've also got the finished material that will be coming up higher. At the moment, the carbon sits here, and then we have to place it back in here manually. But it will only get up to there diagonal. It won't be any bigger, which is fine because it's carbon and shouldn't need that much space. Now that it would be the best spot for the final product, it could be bigger. That's all I'm saying. So where do I begin? With demolishing stuff. How much stuff? How much stuff do I need to demolish? Pretty much all of it. Let me turn my jetpack on, and we'll demolish. We may as well demolish this section here, because this is the section that needs to be redesigned. So the first thing we do is get ceramic, and this is the flue section. Make it 3 wide. No, we need solid. So that's 1, 2 wide there. So that's now 3 wide. And for off gassing, that will be absolutely fine. Because I can even put the pump. Well, that's a pump rights, and you can't see that because I've deleted them. So in my inventory there should be a gas block, unless it's fallen down to the ground and I haven't picked it up yet. There we go. Right, now we're cooking with charcoal. There we go. Allow gases, that's what I was looking for. Because we don't want the solid carbon to be pumped right into the flue network, essentially. So that goes there like so. It's really difficult to see on this background. Is that better? Okay. So the pump will work on everything. Gas, solid, liquid, doesn't matter. It will try to pump everything to the right, but with this here, it's only going to allow gases through, which is awesome, and that will be every single gas. And that will go up here, and it will go up. What I want to do is, if we pump it to the left there, yeah. Because that way it will only come here, then we can probably put 2 there. So it's pumping to the left and it'll go up there, and that's fine. That's down to get it in between because it wants to go up. If these weren't here, we'll just have a layer of gas stuck. They'll move around, but they wouldn't actually interact with actually being forced to the left. Okay, so do we have... Yeah, we've got pumps there. That's fine. So we've already got the pump going up. Gases will go up anyway. So if we put that one there, anything in that pixel will want to go to the left. I'm sorry, I can't zoom in anymore. But it will go up into that space, so we can put one there and one there. Absolutely fine. It wants to go up, so as things up here are moving to the left and getting set down, things will continue to flow. Absolutely fine. I'm happy with that. And now comes the tricky bit. That's the right. So we're going to need. I think we're going to need more pumps. I reckon. We're also going to need some block gases, block filters, block gases. Yeah, we're going to need some of those. And actually, let's start from scratch. Allow gases, allow solids. Arsenic, don't need. Block. Yeah, block gases. We'll definitely need block gases for the carbon, because we don't want carbon to enter the, sorry, we don't want the off gases to enter the routes where the carbon is coming back into. I don't think the carbon will get blocked by the gases or vice versa, because they should just be able to pass through each other. We'll find out at the same time. Don't need that carbon. We'll get more carbon. Celestine, take this, the ceramic. Take the coal. The people has been commenting, telling me to get or focus on the different fuel types. And I agree. I don't want to be spending all this time on the coal, because gathering it is kind of annoying. I recorded myself doing it for the previous episode, but I removed it in the edits. It was like 5 minutes or so of me just going from one place back to another. Absolutely pointless. We've got 335 cobalt steel, cobalt oxide. We'll pick this up. Cobalt sites. And we'll need iron as well, won't we, if we're doing that experiment. We'll need molten iron, to be exact. Right, okay, so we shouldn't you need to use all of the iron. Lead stuff. Limestone, loam, lye, match filter. Do we need? No, I don't think we'll need. No, we won't need any more of that, of those. Burning methane. Right, okay, I'm going to pick these three up so that I can get the dry version, essentially. Non-match filter. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that would be... The block gases is better to use than the non-match filter, because we can have all sorts of gases running through the flue network, so it just makes sense. I may even put block solids. Let's grab that. So we can block solids on the sides, so as the carbon is falling down, it doesn't try to sit on the edge. Block. Oh, I don't have block solids. Okay. We will mix some. What do we need to mix some block solids? We need copper. There we go. Get copper. We won't need many, so I'll just pick up 10 copper. There we go. Copper wire, carites, dolomites, emerald, and block size. There's a block not match, isn't there? Or filter or something along those lines. We'll need the pumps. We'll need more of those. Dun, dun, dun. Actually, if that's also copper, it's not like I'm going fast, so the weight doesn't matter that much. We'll take them because we can use these in the final product bin, because that's going to the right. Gold, glass, different types of gases, hematites. I'm not carrying that. Non-match filter, non-match filter, yes. Way too many, but yes. Let me show you what I'm thinking. Non-match filter allows materials through if they are different from a programmable setting. So I can replace the match filter, and with it currently I'll need to change it every single time. But this is brilliant. You no longer have to you no longer have to stand next to it to crowbar something. At least that's how it's working currently. So with the we can because we're starting fresh, with the non-match filter, we can now place that there because we know that it will drop through. So carbon will go to the right. Sorry, I'll stand up here. Yeah, so carbon will go to the right, and the non-match filter will allow everything through except for carbon, which is legendary, like that. Job done. But this is coming down, so let's enter ceramics there, coal there. We don't have the charcoal, but that's fine. We've got the conveyor belt going to the right. Yeah, that's fine. Let's get these done so that I can put them back and forget about them. And we've got the pumps as well. Ceramic pumps. These three I'll put back. Conveyor. We may want reversible conveyor belts. But first of all, zinc, sulfur, poison, and no, that is cooling iron. There we go. So sulfur. There we go. You appear to heal naturally over time, so as long as you're not too crazy, you'll be fine. Iron we're keeping. Much filter we don't need. Actually, this will be easier. I've filtered based on what's in my inventory instead of going through the entire list. So we need those Copper. Yes, we'll need. Yes, we need. Non-match filter, pump, sulfur sink. Those are the ones we don't need. Do we need anything else? Non-match filter. We don't need them anymore. That's been sorted. So the cobalt is just to get rid of cobalt tight, but it will also make a good explanation of what's happening, because I'll need it to make sure that there's no bugs or missing things, that, you know, the little tweaks that are annoying to see after the fact. We do need to make, as well as part of the upgrade, chromium. We only need 16 of them. Do I have any at all? No. Oh, this is molten chromium. Okay. I'm looking for solid chromium. It's not going to tell me, is it? I have to look manually for that. Nope, just chromite. That's fine. In other news, I've got some people have. You get on Steam, you get like a Steam milestone, whatever, is part of the game. But if you complete a line, you get one of those badge things. So with the helium and hydrogen, that completes a line, we qualify. We've also got rubidium and strontium, silver, cadmium, indium, tin, and tellurium. We've got loads of tin. I'm sure we do. Tin. Oh, not loads, but 102. That's fine. I'm not going to do anything with it now. So let me zoom out. Right. No, don't let me zoom out. You forgot to remind me I need reversible conveyor belts. There we go. Thank you. Right, we've got it. So I'm just going to make sure that it still works when we place a solid tile here. I don't want it to go too far, because this will be the carbon flue. It will only be one wide, but it will be coming. If we have it like here, no, that's going to cut into, the, I didn't consider that. Fine, it doesn't need to go all the way to the top then. It will need to come into here and then drop down. It's a solid, so it would need a conveyor belt, because I was hoping it would fall down. Is there any way of building it so that it can go through that? Carbon and go into there, and it falls, it piles up, in that kind of shape. Actually, maybe even Yeah, it will pile up. I think it's a diagonal. We can see what a diagonal looks like very easily. It is easy when you've got the right tool selected. Boom, 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 boom. That's what the carbon will look like, based on the currents falling patterns that I'm aware of. Am I trying to do something that's impossible? Oh look, the hammer disappears. Nice. The crowbar doesn't, but the crowbar can be used anywhere on the screen now, so right, okay. We could always feed it back directly into the main pot. There. So the carbon would come up here and get sucked into the left. We can put a block gas filter there and a pump to the left there for the carbon to come through. I don't think I have a problem with that. I am going to go ahead with that. Because then that's one part of the flue network sorted. I've got coal, so coal will go through there as well. Oh no. Oh. Well. Yeah. Oh. The powers of not thinking things through. We put the ores there, and they come right back out again. How many of you were shouting that at the screen to me? Right, okay, so that one doesn't work. So it'll have to be an exact match. Okay, it's kind of annoying. It's annoying for several reasons, not which I have to go back to this ship. Allow match filter, isn't it? And do we have block gas? Yes, it's got them on me already. That's fine. Coal. I've used up all of my charcoal as well, which is fine. Doesn't matter. So let's get we can get the pump placed. Make sure that's going to the left. That's fine. Do we actually need anything else there? I don't think we do, because it's just going to be pumping everything to the left, so it won't go right. Pump rights allow gas to prevent the carbon from leaking in. That goes up and around, that comes down, that goes into here. Right, and now for the match filter, which we now have 2 of, and which we have to change every time, annoyingly. As conveyor writes, this is reversible. I don't think I want that there. Okay. Conveyor to the right. No. Reversible conveyor. And then we've got carbon, cobaltite, cobalt oxide, cobalt steel, and I believe it's iron. Molten cobalt steel. There we go. It's still not iron. That's fine. Because it's iron and coal and carbon. So we've got the carbon. So yes, essentially it is. We should be able to make steel while we're doing the cobalt. So once that becomes molten and the iron and the carbon react and that becomes molten, that becomes steel, that mixes with the cobalt, that's molten cobalt steel. That's right, isn't it? So what do we do? We've got the first, the second for the cobalt, that one there. We've got the iron, and then the final product, which is the cobalt steel, and we'll have, do I need more pumps? Yes, I will need more pumps for the final product. The final product placement then, we take the reversible conveyor belts, we stick that there, we build the wall, so it goes, is that going to be big enough? Yes, it will. Bum, bum, bum. Right, I don't know, that's not going to be far enough. We'll keep that within the confines of this, although I could extend it, it's fine. Reversible. I'm going to use my conveyor rights. So this will be my conveyor to the right. And that's 14. Not that it matters because it's going to be massive. Except I also have to get in there as well. Right, so it happens every single time I build an enclosed structure. I'm on the wrong side of it. Conveyor belt to the right. So by placing it over here, that's now going to, alright, okay, let me put that one in then. That is now going to drop down and fill up diagonally, so we'll have all this volume to play around with. If I do the solid box, it's going to be what? Uh, 24 by 38 plus those 2 by 30 as well. That's 60. That's 60 units, and we should be able to cover that. Yeah, that's going to be it's going to be quite big. Okay, let me click that button again so we're not confused. We will need the hand tool, otherwise nothing happens, and people are very confused when that happens, and we are not told why. Right, actually, I'm not going to be using all of that coal. I hope to be using a substantial amount less than that. Fewer? Okay. Turn on the door before dropping the carbon, but that's fine. We can see the pumps in action now. Let me zoom into here. So that is carbon. We want it going up and in a dotted pattern. Thank you very much. And that gets sucked back to the left, and it's going to go forever, which is quite nice to see. Match filter. What do we have? We've got cobaltite. Let's drop it. Let's see what happens when we actually drop it for real. Boom. It's coming down. And it will go there. Obviously, we can build it so that it falls out. This is going up. And then a filter to the right. Why is this not working now? I was working on the video yesterday, previous episode. It wasn't actually yesterday, it was this morning. Is it being stopped by that? But we can't remove that because then everything will fall down. The only way to test it is by removing that. And it's got stuck there, which is absolutely fine. So it goes up and then it falls here. So we could have, oh, that's useful. Pumps going up. Pumps. Ooh. 40 and 50, there we go. 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 40 and Let's make sure that the pump's going up. And then we can get the reversible conveyor, which is only reversible when you've got it connected to a button or a button or a switch. Let me do. So now we can build this as a solid line. Bum, bum, bum. But it's still not going through. Why is that not going through? Could it be that one instead of that one? But I've got it on video of it working. Okay. Let's put the ceramic back there. Let's take that conveyor out of there. Right, okay. So now obviously the carbon will fall to the floor because there isn't one currently. That is now gone. Right. So this will match filter. But filter isn't coming through because that's not solid. That's because I haven't put the filter in yet. Dun, dun, dun. Won't that have the same issue as that? The game was going very, or acting very strangely this morning, today. Oh, that's a blender. Cobaltites. Cobaltites. Oh, God's sake. There's two different cobaltites. And why is that not done? So that's up, yes. Then it should fall down. So the can't. Right, okay, so that one does that and that, and so we put the match filter here. That's still empty, this has got carbon in it, and a couple of lights. That's stuck. That's not going anywhere because that's there. Oh, that's there because that's stuck as well. It's not actually falling down. I mean, it does have to be too wide. That's fine. It doesn't have to be too wide forever. There we go. Needs to come out here so it can go that way. If, in fact, it actually needs to do that at all. And it also needs to come down a bit. So we'll put a pump there. Once we get rid of that, yeah. That's going up, so that needs to be that. And then that needs to be up. There. Okay, so, right. So the floor needs to be there, does it? Ugh. That's not a real test, is it? There we go, merge filter. Okay. It's very nice to watch though. It was very nice to watch it filling up like that. So we want to test it for the proper type of cobalite. Which is that one. And then if we zoom in, we will need to place I think we're going to need to place a conveyor belt, but I think the conveyor belt needs to be there to move things over. Boom. Boom. Okay, that's fine. So we'll put match filter there, and that way we can get the reversible conveyor belts. What's damn? Come on, steel. That's fine. And because it's carbon, it is being picked up. Right. Let's drop them in. So that's fine. Let's add the carbon in. And then if I select that one and the correct cobaltites, that should do this. Okay, so it's not actually forcing it through, so... But, correct me if I'm wrong, the carbon itself will disappear over time as it's being put under heat. So eventually the conveyor belt will drag everything from this side to the other side. And that's when we can get things sorted. Ta-da! That's not actually a bad test. How long does it take? Still got cobaltites, that's fine. We're going to stick carbon in there. Press the button. Press it a bit more. Got quite a few. Is the carbon not coming through now? Yes, it is. There's a big stream of it. Right there. I don't know what that's going to do for the frame rates over time. But that's quite nice to see. I'm looking at our Blender situation. Blender. Blenders now, if you don't know, they will interact with the 8 squares around it directly. So these two blenders won't interact. Does that mean things are just going round and round? No, it can't mean things are going round and round in circles, because we've got cobaltites on this side when it started on that side. So things are progressing. Maybe it moves down and gets moved on the conveyor belts. Or I need to redefine or reshape, rejig my blenders. And them. And we'll pick everything up now. So they will have to interact, won't they? As in, they will need to be interacting with the same space. At least partially. So if that one goes there. Oh, okay. So if we share things on a diagonal, 1, 2, 3. So that's a 3-line gap, isn't it? Oh, just missed. And then we can put that one to there. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. This passive build thing is a bit weird, isn't it? Alright, okay. I do want to get some down here, so go and align it. Oh, well then. Never mind. That's not going to work. Pick it up. Fine. There we go. And yes, the blenders now flash so that we know that they're blenders and not ceramics. We are going to have to attempt to try this, don't we? But before we do, let's change the filter from copalites to copalite oxide. Copalites, molten cobalt steel, because we can add in the iron. Right. Let's start the fire first of all, shall we? Zoomed out as far as I can now on this particular build version, because I'm further over this way because of this. So let's Pick that up, that goes there, the carbon sits on here. Let's give it some iron first and then carbon. We can do it by hand if necessary as well. Right. So this has got us. Okay. That's 5,000. It wants to change. There it is. We've got oxide on the top. On these, effectively, what looks like the second layer. So if we do that, is now molten iron, and then, ooh, do you know what's really tempting? Molten steel. So that's molten steel on the bottom. Cobalt. Molten cobalt. Here we go. It's coming through. Cobalt steel. Is it fast? Faster than I made cobalt steel before I had this little machine. So I'm just going to starve it of oxygen now and ruin it. But we've got 4 different gases available. We've got some water as well. That's from the coal being used up. I'm so glad I didn't fill it up. Ow. What's this here now? And if you do that, you just get loads of different gases and stuff. We've got carbon, gases, don't need, cobalt steel. Iron can get mixed in, cobalt oxide can get mixed in as well. I think I may have a bit too much carbon. Oh, I know what I don't have. Fuel. So it's gone cold. I think that's worked. I'm happy with how that has worked. I really am. But I think people were right. The faster we get from coal to more advanced means of melting stuff, the easier it actually becomes. It's not difficult to do this manually, but is it more fun to do it in large volumes quickly, semi-automatically? Yes, is the answer to that question. And that's the lesson that I've learned here. But it has been fun rerouting things, adjusting things, seeing what worked, seeing what didn't work. And as far as I'm concerned, it worked well. For basic, if you just want to turn iron. Oh, no, not iron. Duh. Actually, yes, iron. If you want to turn iron into steel, that's iron. Get some carbon, stick it up there. That's done. Get some coal, stick that in. light it up, change the filter to steel. And just wait. Obviously, if it was gas, it would have been up to temperature by now. But this is molten iron. Do that. Okay, that was a fun interlude. Yes, we were doing steel, weren't we? And we've got steel, and steel is there along with carbon, and that is slowly moving along, I think. Molten steel. Oh, molten steel. Right. That's going to be a tricky one. Right, molten. By the time it gets up by the time it gets halfway up the conveyor belt pump lift, it's going to be steel. Where is molten steel? Okay, that's forgive me if I'm wrong, but that is molten steel. Fe. Boom. Molten iron. Steel. There it goes. Right. At the top. Unbelievable. Right. Now we're going, and it's cooling. Molten. I think we need to put a roof on. No, that's actually not a bad place to go to have water. Is it still molten steel? Yes, it's molten steel. There. I missed it. It happened too fast. That's still molten steel. Is it coming off? We need more carbon. Otherwise it's not going to happen. Iron. Come on then. Oh. This is all carbon. This should be going... okay. Yeah. With this build, your fuel is going to go whoosh, and apparently you don't regenerate health anymore. Sulfur dioxide gas. Okay. Steel, and so that's near boiling liquid as well. That's why we've got steam underneath. That's kind of cool. And we've got carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, water, which I picked up from the outside, and that goes in like that. Sweet. Okay, clean that all up. Definite improvements could be made, but as far as something that's fairly simple to build and get set up, you only need clay for the walls, and you need copper and iron, and yeah, so you could build this from the second part of the tutorial. That's the first part. I think the hammer and the iron drill. So you get copper in this part, and then you get these two as well. Chromium, cobalt oxide, and carbon there as well, and coal, molten steel, not for much longer, and coal, steel, job done. Nope, gotta go over here. Actually, do I still need to be in range? Yeah. Fine, in range, and we'll change this one to oxide. It'll be molten aluminium, won't it? Alumina or aluminium? Oh. There we go. Yeah, oopsie daisies. I didn't plan on doing that. I thought it was the chromite that we were. Okay. Iron, cobalt, steel, pumps, and ceramics, which should be good to go. Chromium. Chromium, we've got it on there. Chromium. So it is molten. Right, that's better. I did click on it. You saw me do it. Chromium. Molten chromium dried off. Ferrochrome and aluminium gets chromium. Oh right, okay, so ferrochrome and aluminium. Right, so we need aluminium first, and that would be that one there. So that's alumina and carbon molten. Right. See, electrolysis. What is this? Oh right, okay. Aluminium. So molten aluminium chloride will turn into aluminium and chlorine gas. molten alumina and carbon. That's the same. That's that one with the extra step. Right, okay. So melt that one, add carbon, get that, same as that. Alumina, carbon, alumina. Because we don't, that's ammonium, that's not aluminium. We don't need a lot of it. Well, not at this stage anyway. Hydrogen gas, hydrochloric acid, hematites, that's fine. We can put these back. Molten coal, steel, molten ore, molten sulfur. Yeah, I'll leave that in for the time being. Won't need that one again. Can't say we will need these until I start a new project. Plenty of steel. Strontium oxide. Bum, bum, bum. Alumina oxyhydroxide. No, it is aluminum oxyhydroxide. Oxyhydroxide. Bauxite. Ah, cool. So it comes from bauxite. Let me take some of these off. Right, so essentially it's bauxite into that stuff, and we get steam from it, which is a good source of water. That's fine. So from here we get that and turn it into alumina at a rather pleasant temperature. So this is now the third stage. So once we've got alumina with carbon, we turn it into molten aluminium. Bauxite, right, okay, fine. Bauxite, alumina, bauxite. Bauxite, aluminium, we've got both of those. What else was it? Alumina, molten, don't have any of those. Is that carbon up there? Yeah, that's fine. And we'll stick more coal in. And now we've got alumina, we've got that stuff as well. We've got bauxite, which is going in first, and then we'll have, hopefully, we will then have 1, 2, 3, 4, no, that's fine. We'll have what we're looking for. So grab the bauxite, drop it in. Light the match, we'll get that melted. But at what stage are we calling it done? There's molten aluminium, which is already set. Right, so that's now alumina. Like that, and we can add that as well. And now, if we add the carbon and then mix this all together, that's molten alumina. The steam layer is already melting into the water, melting to water. Molten alumina. We don't want. That's still carbon, isn't it? So alumina should, because this is a lot of carbon. Aha. Aluminium. It just hasn't reached the bottom yet. That's fine. Let me. If we cool things down so it's not semi-liquid, that should be absolutely fine. We'll grab more steam, bring off the water. That's fine. Come on, hurry up. Alumina, drop back in. Aluminium. No, let's pick it all up. Save time. Because there's some water here as well. And so bauxite. So bauxite does turn into the oxyhydroxide. So don't change that filter, for goodness sake. Aluminum. Oxyhydroxide. And steam got trapped. So now we've got water there. It's going through. It's depleting really fast as well. So that is a white piece of coal. So it's so cold up here that it's evaporating before it can escape. A smaller cooking chamber would be absolutely fine. Steam, water, bauxite. Yeah, let's do that one. Let's have a look to see what's going on around the back. Nothing much. up that, pick up that, pick up that. This is absolutely fine. Absolutely fine indeed. Yeah, right, okay, so the entire point of the exercise was to say we can do that. So nickel, bismuth and chromium. We've only done the first part, haven't we? Oh, God's sake. Ferrochrome, chromite, and carbon. Molten ferrochrome, and then add in the aluminum. Right. Alumina, no. And ferrochrome. Sorry, chromites. Apologies. Chromites. Do I need... So with the chromites, that's carbon. So we will need to add some carbon eventually. Oh, bugger. This is supposed to be a button. It should cycle when it's pressed and not pressed. Right, we now have ferrochrome. So now we add the aluminium, sorry. Boom. And we've got molten chromium, which is going into there. And that is now job done, including my coal. So let's drop that stuff, and that stuff. And now we can pick it all up. And then we can say, nickel and bismuth, get into my belly. No, don't do that, because that's not going to taste very good, is it? And is it? No. Bismuth. 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 Right, okay. Yes, I know I picked up all. I'm not doing the numbers. We now have temperature control pixels. Or I do. You may already have had them for quite some time. Tries to ignite activated pixels when activated. That's actually not a bad shout. Heating elements generates enough heat to melt low melting points. That doesn't tell me what metal with a very low heat conductance value and high combustion points. Not too bad. Ah, that's boron, right. Cooling, tellurium and bismuth. So computing pixels, wrench pixels, Geiger counter, nuke launcher, backpack, jetpack. Ah, maybe no, because that was a bug. Blender, reaction pins, lead and sulfuric acid. Lead and sulfuric acid. Lead, oh, 1, right, okay. Boom, boom, boom. Sulfuric acid. Excellent. So we just need lead. We've got lead oxide already. So with lead oxide, of which we've got 42, how many do we need? 64. Right, okay. Galena lead selenide, which we have. Right, so we can drop that in, get its temperature, and that will be fine. So that's lead selenide. Lead selenide can go there. Oxide, sulfide, and lead. Brilliant. Carbon. What am I looking here for? Right, okay. That's all the carbon I've got currently. Coal. So that will turn into the oxide. Lead sulfide. Minute deposit. But okay, lead oxide. So it's the oxide, right? Okay. And then the oxide will go into lead. Cool. So nothing's going to happen until I actually press the red button to make it go hot. Go hot. And this should be able to be switched to, if I can actually get a finger onto it. So if I change that to lead, molten lead, probably, that should then be fine. This is the oxide. Click on the button. The carbon monoxide goes whoosh and the lead comes out. Nice. That's how it's supposed to work. This is oxide, so a bit more carbon. And I think we can pipe that up. There we go. What was that? Oh, probably the last piece of fuel. That's fine. What gases did that do? Carbon dioxide and monoxide. Talking of gases, I haven't been to see my cows in a while. They'll probably, yeah. Boom. I'm going to close this door like that, and methane, and I'm going to stick that in there. I was not expecting that to happen, but that looks very, very toasty. These aren't in danger, are they? Yeah, okay. Bad idea. But that spiraled far quicker than I thought it would. That was really a hot heat. We've got steam, methane burning there, and then the heavier gas, carbon dioxide, there. Oh, I think it was because the trees, they're just gone. There's not... do I have charcoal? Yeah, that was 417 pounds worth of charcoal. Apart from the animals, which I'll get back. That's really cool. And on that note, the destructive power of song, this has been Sidrat Gamer, and you've been wonderful. See you in the comments. Thank you very much. Do take care.